Coming up about 5:30 on a Thursday morning. I'm wearing my NW6G hat. What it is, NW6G, that's my amateur radio call sign, ham radio. I started my radio career in 1979 as a novice. I had to learn 5 words a minute. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Wow. It was basically electronics, and of course there's mostly rules. So I was a novice for 2 years. Got it in 1979. 1981, I went to 555 Battery Street in San Francisco and got my general. A lot more theory, 13 words a minute. Da 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 da. You know what I mean? 13 words a minute. And then a year later, I went for my advanced class at 555 Battery Street, San Francisco, California. For my advanced class, a lot of heavy-duty theory, I tell you. I had a lot of help. And there's about 4 of us that upgraded from novice all the way through. And we go to 555 Battery Street, San Francisco to take our tests. A year later, see, that was, got my advanced in 1982. 1983, we decided to upgrade. It was 20 words a minute. Da 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 da. You know what I mean? And 555 Battery Street, San Francisco. Up on the 3rd floor, the windows are open, the little Mickey Mouse tape recorder at 20 words a minute. We passed. And then we go down to Pier 39 and have a good meal. I didn't drink and drive at that time, and I usually don't. But anyway, we all used my 1978 Bonneville, cruiser. We go to San Francisco, and then, we celebrate. And everybody else might have, a drink. That's okay. I didn't. I was driving. But we do that. And we all upgrade to, from a novice. We all see beers. We went to novice, general, advanced, and extra class at 555 Battery Street, San Francisco, California. So anyway, how's this for something? Hope you can see that. Let me pause. Well, it's not going to get much better. But anyway, that was my ham shack in 1983. Right in the center was a transceiver, FT901DM. I had a speaker foam patch. I had a transverter for 6, 2, and 430 through 450 megahertz. That's transceiver. Over here, I had an external VFO. Back in those days, you needed an external VFO if you're going to work split frequencies. Transmit on one and receive on another. I worked a lot of hams that they could send. I could not transmit on their foreign countries. So what I do, I'd listen in. And anyway, it's a split frequency. Over here is a little antenna tuner, to hook up a wire or whatever, for like 160, 80, 40, 30 meters. Here, this is a TH6DX, up 60 feet up in the air. Well, that's 65 feet because of the 60-foot tower. 6 elements. 10, 15, and 20 meters. 6 elements. I built that rotor enclosure and everything else, and I put it on top of this tower that I bought, and I refurbished and rewired. Now, if you've never restrung a crank-up tower before, you don't know what you're doing, thinking about. But anyway, no, this thing would work great for me. I was hearing signals and working people on CW that the group never even heard. And before you know it, everybody had a beam. I was the only one that had the TH6. There's others that had a 4-element KOM or something maybe. Anyway, and then one guy, he had a 6-element. But anyway, it's always nice to have ears. And like this, with my transmitter and stuff here, I hardly never had to run over 40 watts anytime. And then I got some other equipment up here, a power supply, and some 2-meter 440 handhelds, a transceiver, that's my rotor. Oh, this is my computer, my Commodore 64. Back in the days, Commodore 64 had a lot of programs for ham radio. And that little thing right there is my TNC. Hook it up to the internet and the airways. And, had WeFax. I could see a weather forecast wherever. And it did ASCII, RIDI. You could do keyboards to keyboard CW. The list went on and on and on. And that's just a 13-inch color TV. So anyway, that's my ham shack, and that's my NW6G shack in Modesto, California. And that used to be my old call sign. I'm sorry about it not being so clear, but over the years, enjoy your day. Happy DXing. That means talking far away. 73, that means the best to you. NW6G, coded ham radio operator. 20 words a minute. Da 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 da.